Hello there. I'm back in the garage again, ready to say hello again. And I get the feeling that lately, every single one of these has started with me saying that work has been an absolute nightmare. And this week is no different. Work has been an absolute nightmare, but the only thing that's keeping me going is that at least I'm in a job where I get paid for my overtime now. So that's just increasing the spending money for going to the Blackpool Play Expo at the start of next month. We've booked an Airbnb to stay up there for a couple of days with Boba Loba, so that'll be fun. I hope he doesn't snore, but oh well. But aside from that, I've not played that many games because I've been focusing more on watching movies to fit in with the Mega Drive stuff that I'm doing. And I watched Demolition Man last week. That is bloody brilliant. I might have said it in the last video, but it really was. I was expecting it to be just as disappointing as Lawnmower Man, but it was really, 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 really good. And I've also started getting into watching movies on UMD. So last night I watched Species, which, apart from maybe the last 5 minutes, that was really entertaining. And unfortunately the battery died about 5 minutes before the end, so I had to go searching for the charger. But I'm going to just jump straight into one of the pickups for this week, because I was in Norwich yesterday, and in the YMCA managed to find Species 2 on VHS. So I can now see how the story continues. So that will be fun to go through. But yeah, I've not done a normal pickups video for a couple of weeks. It's not the hugest amount of pickups, but they're still pickups. So I may as well go through them now, mightn't I? So, as I said, I've been going through things on UMD lately. So the first pickup is a UMD. It's not a movie. It's classic 250 goals of the FA Premier League. I like football. I like scoring goals. It says that it includes Rooney's goal of the season, Man U against Newcastle, which I do remember that goal. But I also think that it should have been beaten to goal of the month by Yusuf Safri against Newcastle. Maybe I'm biased by being a Norwich fan. Maybe I'm right. Who knows? But that was about £1 in a charity shop, so I'm not going to turn down any UMD for that kind of price, because I've been looking at bundles on eBay lately, and people are asking silly money for them. I appreciate there's a certain amount of collectability with them now, but it's still a UMD. But staying on a PSP theme, we've got Archer McLean's Mercury for the PSP, which it's a puzzle game where you've got to get like a flow of mercury through different mazes without losing any of it. As ever, I've not played it yet, but it was £1.50, so I'm not going to turn that down to increase the amount of stuff we've got for the PSP, because I know I'm about 20 odd years even further behind the times, but it's a really nice piece of kit. And I'm not the greatest when it comes to playing handheld stuff. I'm really enjoying doing stuff with the PSP lately. And one of the ones that Hannah picked up from the recycling centre had a memory card in it that's got a Game Boy Advance emulator in it. So I've even been playing Pokemon on it. So that's been fun. Oh, talking of the recycling centre, Hannah went to the recycling centre the other day and came home with a spares and repairs untested slim PS3 for me to have a bit of play with. I've not tested it out yet, but she told me that they had a spares and repairs untested PS1 for £5. She said she didn't get it because the eject button didn't work properly. And I just thought, no, just get it for me. Because before things started going, well, prices started going higher and higher in terms of retro, I used to love buying old PlayStations and painting them. Just as an example, I've got my Thundercats PS1, which I loved doing, and I think on one of the shorts I've got a Game Boy Advance SP that I painted Yoshi style, and that would have been ideal for me to do, especially if it was one that wouldn't work anyway, but that was an opportunity missed. Never mind, I digress. Let's get back to some pickups. I've got a couple of eBay pickups. I've mentioned many times my weakness when it comes to 2D platformers from 16-bit consoles. So I've got Addams Family, Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt for the SNES. I've never played it before, but it looks fun. It's bright and colourful. It's platformery. I will play it eventually. I may even do another gameplay video of that at some point soon. I did try to get Hannah to do a gameplay video, but she kept losing her nerve and getting nervous about it. So if you want more videos with Hannah, and especially videos where she plays games, please leave a comment so I can show her all of the comments saying, we want more Hannah. She does do a hell of a lot on Instagram and TikTok and stuff to do with painting the designs from Pokemon cards. I'll put a link down below in case you're interested in that. But that's what she spends a lot of her time doing now, rather than joining in with me on these videos. I wanted to do more videos with me too, though. But we'll see what happens. My only other eBay pickup is Art Alive for the Mega Drive, which I'm never going to play this, but I want to get as many of the Mega Drive collection as I can, because it is my favourite console ever. I know that a complete collection will almost certainly be out of my reach, but I can at least try. And I'm not going to turn down any Mega Drive game that I don't have if it's only £3. And you may disagree with me that I'm spending money on games that I'm never going to play, but at the same time, I want a big Mega Drive collection. Hannah wouldn't ever let me, but I would happily get rid of 90% of this collection just to get more Mega Drive stuff. But as I say, she won't ever let me. So we'll leave that as it is. Oh, I have bought an extra little shelving unit just there to put the Xbox games on so that I can take them out of this unit, so that, I don't know if you can see, but all of the Mega Drive games are fitting on there now without being stacked on top of each other. I've moved the Dreamcast stuff down, so I've basically got a block of Sega now. But the ultimate aim for me is for that whole unit and more to be Sega. Whether I go and increase the Master System collection, I don't know, because I have got my full childhood collection, which I will go through thoroughly at some point soon. But I just want more Sega because I love Sega. But the big pickup this week, price-wise it's not big, but the big pickup this week isn't Sega at all. It's PlayStation. Hannah and I went wandering around Norwich, must be close to 2 weeks ago now. And there's a toy shop on Anglia Square called Sutton's Toys. And they sell old toys, new toys, and they do have a few games in there. And I saw this stack of PlayStation demo discs, and I know I've got the one demo disc that I really wanted, but I'm happy to get more demo discs all the time. So I asked the man in the shop how much they were, and he said they were £2 each, which I thought, do you know what? I don't really want to pay that much. And he said, but I could do you a deal if you want to buy the whole lot. And I thought, I'm not really in the mood to haggle. I'll leave them where they are. And as I started to walk away, he went, yeah, I'd go down to 50p each if you wanted to get the whole lot. So I thought, yes, I will pay 50p each. He did all of the haggling for me. So we have from Disc 59, which features Euro 2000, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 and Muppet Race Mania. And there's so much reflection on these discs. Ugh. FIFA 2000, Gran Turismo 2 and Crash Team Racing. And that's Disc 53. Then we get to Disc 45, which features mainly Ridge Racer Type 4. Then Speed Freaks was the focus of Disc 49. And I really don't like all of the reflections. Medieval was the focus for Disc 38. There's the sweet spot. I'm not getting the reflections there. So if I just remember that point, it will look fine for UEFA Champions League season 1990-2000, Medieval 2 and Colin McRae Rally 2.0. quality game for this one, for number 44 in Driver. I know many people don't like the tutorial level, but it is a fantastic game, and I think it's one of the best games on that console. Legacy of Kain was the focus for disc 43. Then, when I shared a photo of this, the first of all of these together, the first thing anyone said about it was, oh, Anna Kournikova! And she was on the cover for Anna Kournikova's Smash Court Tennis. Croc 2 is also featured on this disc. And then, carrying on with the sports theme, we've got Michael Owen's WLS 99. Am I right in remembering that even though it is Michael Owen's WLS 99, they put someone like Mia Hamm on the US release of it because no one in America knew who Michael Owen was? Am I right about that, or is that like a Mandela effect thing that only affects me? Let me know. Then TOCA 2 was the focus for disc 40. Populous The Beginning was the focus for disc 46. Oh, that sweet spot is so good, because if I do that, there's a load of reflections. Siphon Filter is the main focus for this one. Then we've got one for Gran Turismo 2, Tomb Raider The Last Revelation, and Spyro the Dragon 2. Is Spyro the Dragon 2 the one that's got the skateboarding bit? Because I know I had that on a demo disc, and that was fun. I'll have to ask Hannah, because she knows all about Spyro. MTV Snowboarding, Toy Story 2, and V-Rally 2. And the final one, so I think this is 16 of them. Oh, I've definitely not saved the best till last. We've got Roll Cage Stage 2, Le Mans 24 Hours, and Colony Wars Red Sun. So I really should have looked into this before showing you all of these, to try and make sure I had a big hitter at the end. But I guess I've just messed that one up. So, that's the main bulk of the pickups. But, obviously, I've held back the ones for my Mega Drive Movie Challenge. Rogie Retro commented on the video about it, and pointed out a couple of movies that I missed out from my list. And they were Rambo 3 and Cliffhanger. Which I did reply that I thought they were US releases only. But I was wrong. They did get a PAL release. So I've massively messed up there. But to help me catch up, today I've been out and I've bought Rambo 3. Again, I like the movie Hot Shots Part 2, and I knew it was heavily based on Rambo. Reading the synopsis on the back of that, I think it's heavily based on Rambo 3 specifically. But I've also bought myself Cliffhanger. So, having watched recently Judge Dredd, Demolition Man, and now I've got those two, it does look like I'm on a bit of a Sylvester Stallone kick. But I've also found a couple of others that I missed out from the list, which are Warlock, which I would never have guessed that was a movie-based game, but it's based on a film with Richard E. Grant in it, which surely that's going to be interesting to find out more about. And also Stargate. So there's a couple more to add to the list, which I think brings the total movies that I've got now to 42 that I need to watch. But if I've missed any from the list that I put on the last video about it, plus these 4, please let me know, because I would like to make sure that I'm doing it thoroughly. But what's the point of mentioning that challenge if I haven't got a game to show you? Now, I went to Last Level Games in Norwich. I went there today, actually, to see what movie-based games they had, because when I last went in there, they had loads. They had, like, Predator 2 and Dick Tracy, Batman. I can't remember all of the other ones they had. And I went there today thinking I might get myself 1 or 2. And there was one that I had in mind, and I couldn't see it. So I considered cheating at my own challenge and buying myself Dick Tracy. Because as you may remember, I bought it on VHS, and when it turned up, it was a German ex-rental copy. I've actually got an English copy of Dick Tracy on its way to me, but as I've not watched it, I couldn't buy it for myself. I was looking at Home Alone as well, and just as I was about to ask for Home Alone out of the cabinet, the game that I went in for stuck it out to me, and I think this is the most I've spent on a single Mega Drive game up till now. So adding into the collection now is Batman, which is based on what, in my opinion, is the second best Batman movie there is after Batman Returns. My list of preferred Batman movies is very different to most people because I'm not a great fan of the Dark Knight trilogy, and there's no comparison in terms of the Joker with Jack Nicholson, because he is just absolutely manic and brilliant. And from what I've read and seen on other videos, this is the best Batman game of the three that are on the Mega Drive. I've played Batman Forever before, but I've not played this one, so I'll be giving that a go very, very soon. So that's where I'm up to in terms of pickups and a bit of a rearrange and everything else. So it just goes without saying anything else, and I guess I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.